and for the first round, I will be joined by two people representing the Far East as awesomely as they could. Gerry Carter and Goutham Jayaraman, I think. Let me know if I got that right or not.
You can just call me Batman, it's fine.
It's fine.
That's how everyone
I'll
calls
just
me.
call you Goutham and leave it at that. So anyway, we'll start off with Gerry. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Gerry Carter in Bangkok, who that we occasionally call the home of Scrabble. Probably a little bit more of a home of Scrabble than Blackburn, which I believe is in the north of England, Jessica. Somewhere that us Southerners or people from London call Oop North. But of course, here in Bangkok, it seems a mile away. But we're looking forward to some great games today, and perhaps showcasing why Scrabble is such an international game. And I'll be enjoying the games along with Goutham in Singapore.
So you could introduce yourself now, Goutham, if you want.
Hi. I'm Goutham from Singapore. I've been playing for about 8 years, and it's basically my first time commentating. I hope to have fun with the stream and enjoy the games.
So the players are just about to begin. I will turn off my mic and I'll leave it to you guys to do your own thing. So yeah, we'll start momentarily.
Okay.
So I hope you guys enjoy your commentary.
Thank you very much. I'm sure we will.
Yeah, thanks. Oh wow, we already have a game.
Well, we seem to have a finished game in progress.
They're deciding which moves belong to who, so they can try to decide who wins the game.
So we have on the right there, Hertz has been lined up. That obviously looks like he missed
out on the eye, Zitten. One tile away.
What would an eye do?
Zitten, I think. That's a good right.
Yeah, it is good. It's a very good rack to start the game. So on the left we have.
On the left we have luck sack basically.
Yeah.
Who is playing first, actually?
Looks like we're seeing Phil Robertshaw there to.
I think you must have both of them a human. One of them is not a human.
Just having a few technical difficulties here.
What? Oh no, he missed the bingo. Oh.
So what was the bingo that he missed there, Goutham?
Enderon.
Enderon, yeah. That and playing Donna there is seems like quite a poor move, really. Obviously, Enderon was in any number of positions was the right thing to do. So we've got Donna, which has played an awful lot of tiles and left an E on the rack. So what do you think about that first move? Are we seeing some nerves there?
Perhaps. Is Donna even there?
I think.
No, it's not.
It's not even valid. Well, that is not the.
I mean,
not the brightest start.
I think changing it off will probably be bad because he just gets back his bingo. He's not holding, is he?
I'm not sure.
I mean, he looks like he's already drawn his tile, so I guess not.
Yeah, no, he's drawn the tiles. I think it's quite a strange thing to do anyway, to play Donna when you know, you would kind of expect him to just play 3 letters and perhaps keep a bingo rack. So we're seeing
that usually works, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, playing so many tiles at the start like that, maybe he thinks he wants to open the game up like that against a player like David, but strange move. David has now responded with Rosette, which seems like a reasonable play there. That'll leave HNT on his rack.
This feels right? It's not.
So Goutham, would you still have played Hertz above the E of Donna on that move, or do you think Rosette is better?
I mean, he has the 0th. That seems like the best move.
Which one? 0.
Zeroth.
0th. Yeah. 0th. Yeah. That would have been a lot better play. So Phil's coming back with Geitz and pluralizing Rosette to make Rosette, so that looks like a strong scoring play. It leaves OE on his rack.
Oh wait, I don't think that's actually Phil, right? Because according to Quackle, there's David who just picked Geitz. So I'm
I see.
That David is the one
okay,
who's drawn, right?
Yeah. Oh, I see. No, it was okay. It was David who played Donna, right? Okay, we'll get there. Sorry for the confusion there. So David has now played Geitz after Phil played Rosette. Okay. So we've got David on 55 and Phil on 28, and it's going to be Phil's turn. So we've got a fairly clunky rack there, but the XI, although it leaves a shockingly bad rack for the next turn, it's the obvious high scoring play.
Yeah, and he can always just draw another I, and he has the ING option open for next turn.
Yeah. There are possibilities for sure, but it looks like he's got to draw a vowel to make something meaningful. Meanwhile, we on David's rack, we've got FARCOES. Any bingo there, Goutham?
There is actually.
What is that?
I believe through the R of Donna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, forecast. Yeah, the ball is being blocked by something. Oh, okay.
Right, so he's gone for tile turnover and score there, and he's played forage. What do you think of that?
Foyer would be better than forage.
We've got a few. Yeah.
I mean, you have no reason to actually be silent, you know. It's because you set David as a championship player, I think. Then this. Yeah, you should definitely just start it up again. Yeah, well, I believe that David now has a bingo which he shouldn't be missing anymore.
So we've seen Forage go down, and I think Phil has played off off Forage, and I think he's played Shinty,
Yeah.
which looks like a very looks like a strong move.
I think he just has to start a new game. I believe that's the easiest thing to do. Yep, sure. Yeah, it looks like David has spotted the bingo and is putting it down for a lot of points.
Yeah, this is a very nice move here.
No, Enderon, yeah.
So there we have clacks coming down according to our feed. So that's obviously a very strong play, and it's got a very big score there.
Yes, but we should be able to see Phil coming back with a bingo of his own.
Right, okay. So after David missed the bingo there, Goutham, he came good with the bingo on the next move. So what are we looking at for Phil now?
Oh well, he has Loden through the open E, I guess.
Loden, yeah.
To be honest, I cannot see anything else. Maybe because I suck.
Yeah, we're not expecting him to miss this one.
Well, actually, that is the only one. Yeah.
It's the only one, yeah. But he's obviously got a, his eyes are going to be drawn to that. He's probably going to be thinking, have I got anything else? Am I missing anything else? It looks like a promising rack, but those two Ds there make life quite a little bit problematical. So I think once he sees his play, he's gonna plop that down pretty quickly. In what position would you play it? Would you play the L high up or lower down?
I think higher up would be better because it leaves more lanes open.
Yeah.
And you're blocking the C and the L of clacks either way, so you may as well just create more openings for yourself.
Yeah. So would there be a feeling here that Phil, being the slightly stronger player, to play it more openly?
I mean, I think in general you should go for open games unless you're winning by a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
Because you honestly never know what you can draw.
Because this is a strategy that amateur players often overlook. They're constantly thinking. Some amateur players are constantly thinking about trying to close the board and not give anything away. But the better players are always trying to open up possibilities for themselves for future turns, right?
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people very scared about the ZA coming down or the JA coming down, so they're trying to block that. But in the end, the opponent is just sitting there with the bingo.
Yeah. Yeah.
You shouldn't worry too much about the opponent unless it's indicated his rank is somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. So he hasn't actually put Loden onto his rack. Do you think he might miss it?
Well, I've seen stuff like this before, so it is possible.
Yeah, I mean, he's missed it. He's gonna put Olden down the bottom.
Oh, he's definitely nervous, I think.
Sure. He's just played old then, which makes sense if you're playing for a bingo next turn. But missing Loden there is not good for a player of his standard.
But of course, these things will happen every now and then because our nerves will get better of us.
Absolutely.
Sitting on screen and all that.
Yeah, it's completely understandable. We're looking at this with the aid of technology, of course. So right. Whoa.
Right. Now you see the next bingo immediately.
Yeah. He's not gonna have any problem with that move. He's obviously lining up canopied at the top. But meanwhile, we've got JAKE and TIE on the rack for David. Can you see anything decent here for him?
Perhaps playing using the D of Donner, like maybe kited or something.
Well, and keep the J, you mean?
Yeah. But I guess the J isn't going to do you much good on this rack, on this board.
Doesn't look wonderful, does it? Kited is seems like a fairly obvious move to make a score anyway, and it would leave JAE, which is not unmanageable. But let's see what he does.
The issue is that I can't really see many good scores for him.
He's going to end up blocking canopied. And he's just going to play cake, which is fairly.
He might be setting up the K for the J, possibly.
Yeah. I mean that's a good scoring strategy for the next move, assuming that he'll actually get a chance to use it. That may be part of his game plan. He hasn't got anything though. He's drawn very unpleasantly to JIE.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Oedipus put down here. That's the correct pronunciation of it, which is a nice 5-voweled 8, of which are very, very, very important words for Scrabble. Have you learned all your 5-voweled 8s, Goutham?
I don't know any words. Trust me, I don't know any words at all.
I've looked at them so many times over the years, and really the key to 5-voweled 8s is looking for them and finding them. I think I know most of them that are likely to come up often, but it's quite easy to overlook them because of the number of vowels on your rack. So we had a situation there where you've got 4 vowels anyway, so sometimes there's a tendency not to actually look for the vowel that's on the board because it might not make sense. But on this occasion, we haven't had any mistake from Phil, who missed the rather more easy play, shall we say, of Loden, but didn't make any mistake with Oedipus, and now he's taken the lead by 11 points.
I have only OEDIPAN before. That was not very pleasant.
Just tell me about it. This is it's rather nasty the 5-voweled 8s, because they have a lot of strange vowel combinations, and it's quite often the case that even the top players put them around the wrong way, or especially under the pressure of a game. So here we've got.
I've played it without the second E before. That's what I meant.
So here we really need the situation where I think David's got to try and get rid of some of his clunky letters, and he might be faced with playing something like
He has an obvious player, which is why he's bringing down now.
Yeah. The obvious play is jived, so that's what he's going to do. That gets rid of the J and the V, leaves him without a vowel. But well, it scores. So let's see how he draws to PGT. Could go pear shaped. Could turn into something better. We'll have to wait and see.
Ooh, I'm honestly a fan of just throwing the O and the I by playing Koji.
I would have been tempted on that rack to play jog and just bide my time, but Jive made the score, got rid of that nasty V. So there we go. It's a question of choices. So that was his choice. Here we've got rather too many vowels, and he's rather cleverly all he's done is played off two of his vowels, balanced his rack, and scored at the same time. So it looks like a strong move, Goutham. Koji. Looking at the maths of the game there, we've got a player who used 2 points on his rack and made 30. So that is very good. And now we have
a very lovely draw for Phil, picking up the second W, which he wanted very badly.
yeah, that's not absolutely brilliant. I think we could see if he's allowed to, he might even dump WOW wow and leave the bingo potential on the next turn. But we've got peg men plus T. Any ideas what he might do here? He looks like he's just going to dump house. He's going to play Jeep, isn't he? He's going to put the P on it, surely. Yeah. So his balance looks like a fairly good move.
It makes sense, but he's closing on the board a lot. But I guess that's fine.
Yeah. I shouldn't think David's going to be too worried about closing the board against a player like Phil.
Yeah.
And it has left a rather difficult problem for Phil now, because it doesn't look like he can do very much, and he's got those 2 W's. Can you see anything that he might do?
He can just play WAW and EEW, I suppose. I mean, yeah, he can just dump the 2 W's quite easily, but.
Where are you suggesting he does that?
WAW and Goa. I mean, he's putting it down now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and EEW. That's one I so often overlooked. It's one of the new vocabulary items that came in one of the more recent dictionary updates. EEW and of course EEEW. So they're very important words to remember, which I've completely overlooked.
Yeah, I've had quite funny moments when someone just dump 3 E's in front of a W to score 21 points. That was quite funny.
Yeah. Sometimes it might be a bit easier to see that because of the vowel dump nature. Anyway, so waiting to see.
Wow,
he's picked an absolutely fantastic. So we know that Donna is a phony. So it's going to be interesting to see if anybody does actually put the S on it. Although he's absolutely got no necessity to do that on the next turn. What about David?
All the same.
What are you going to suggest for ECTAMEN, which David's got there?
Oh, the board is very blocked now.
Yeah.
Oh, he actually has a 7, but he doesn't play. I would probably go for CATTIE. That seems reasonable, keeping the MEN.
CATTIE in the bottom left-hand quadrant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually has a 7, but he doesn't play right now.
What's the 7?
Cimenta.
Okay. This is why you're so much better than me.
I have the Zaziva open.
oh well. in that case, I take it all back. How many bingos has Phil got on his rack? Isn't there about 7 or 8 in that rack? It's one of the most common in Scrabble, is it not?
just play whatever you know. It honestly doesn't even matter. You just have to make sure the G is sitting on that triple.
Yeah. Well, he's obviously got Easting or Eatings. He plays Attic and not Catty, so it's slightly worse because he's kept 2 E's there. It could turn bad for him, but you never know. Sometimes making a mistake in Scrabble actually leads to something better. One of the things which happens in Scrabble. But
there's actually back hooks to Donna.
Okay, well, David's drawn a Donert and Donerd, right? Yeah, which is interesting, and he'll certainly know those. But yes, we've got a situation where David's sitting on a big himself. So excellent. Looks like Phil's thinking about the scoring move of Ingates, which will put the G on the triple and all doubled. That seems like the most obvious play here. But there's others, so he's gonna spend some time. Huh?
I don't even know. I don't even know what's Ingates.
Okay, here we go. That'll be 77.
Oh, it is valid, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't know your words. Mind you, I thought Donna was okay, so what does that tell me? I've had too much Greek food, I think, in places where they spell the items on the menu wrong.
And now David can happily just Luxac movement.
Yeah, movement. I very much doubt he's going to miss movement. Before, of course, he had over men, which would have gone down, but that no longer does. Movement.
I mean, I'm sure it's better ones. It should be better.
There may be. So this game is going to be very, very close going into the what have we done here?
Is his best play, I think.
Yeah, and of course he's not going to miss it, which is great. So this is going to set up a very nice situation coming into the later stages of the game, where it's going to be very close and very interesting, I'm sure.
Yeah. And Phil has quite a nasty looking rack, so it might. We don't know. We really cannot see who's going to win this game.
Yeah. Yes, he's a bit clunky here. The blanks are both gone. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right.
Yeah, and the scores are about the same as well.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a 3-point lead for David at this stage. So let's see what he picks. He's got DTH coming. He's going to need a vowel, which he has.
He drew one. He needs another vowel. Oh, there we go. Now I'll draw an E. E.
If he gets an E.
I don't think that works.
Well, that's a good. It's a good rack though for David. He's got a chance to win this game. Ilium has been lined up on the rack, and that obviously goes very nicely, either making MU and OM, or perhaps even just putting it putting the M onto M to make MM. So you have to make his mind up at what he actually wants to do there.
Yeah, I would say Ilium is a pretty good player.
I would have thought so.
There's no reason to play anything else.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite clear, I can see that David actually has a bingo.
Oh, really? And what would that be?
But it's actually through the S. It's TOADRUSH.
Okay.
Toad Rush.
Oh, Toad Rush. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so this is going to be interesting, because if Phil plays Ilium making OM, he's not going to be able to put Toad Rush. But I wonder if David's actually going to see Toad Rush.
Actually, you can just play Ilium and MM, right? Why do you need to play the OM?
Yeah. I know. Yeah, he that's what I say. I think the other move would be a blocker for the S bingo, just playing much more safely. But he's got no reason to do that. I mean, he's going to score more by playing to the M. He gets the whole thing doubled, of course, and the M doubled and doubled. But Toad Rush.
I mean, technically, you have to play either MM or UM. You can't really block the S either way, unless you play something else and be different.
He's giving this quite a bit of thought, is Phil, because it's an important moment here, because should David bingo on the next turn, there might be no way back. So Phil's obviously got a little bit of an advantage, having the turn coming up now to take a little bit of a lead going into the very last moves of the game. So worth spending quite a lot of time on this one, right, Goutham?
Yeah. It's always good to take more time on the important plays, but again, you have to be careful not to go over time.
Yeah, both players have got plenty of time left. He's going for MM and Ilium, so that's fine. So, are we going to see David find Toad Rush?
I'm sorry, but I'm putting my money on no.
I'm putting the money on no. I'm going with you. I didn't see it myself. After Jess's comments earlier on that David's making more mistakes, let's see if he does. Maybe he'll prove us wrong. But either way, he's got a good chance to score anyway.
If he actually plays Mario a lot, he might know Toad Rush.
What is that?
If David plays Mario a lot, he might know what Toad Rush is. Who knows?
I'm not sure David's going to be playing Mario a great deal, to be honest with you. Perhaps he doing the Times crossword would be something that he would do more often. So nice hook here is the H on MM, of course, and the H goes very nicely, making UH. But can you see anything else there, Goutham?
I mean, yeah, you don't really have a lot of options. I think OH might be decent. You might be able to just use you might be able to stick the U in front later.
Yeah. I think if he'd seen Toad Rush, it would have already gone down in a heartbeat. So I think we can safely say that we're not going to see that coming down. And you see anything on Phil's rack there? Flower plus AB.
Well, I know that Ballful is not good.
Which one?
Nothing. Ballful.
Right. So again, we're going to see some turnovers. Looks like he's going to play Druth, going for some score there.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So it gets 30. gets 30, and that's going to give him a 4-point lead. And we're getting down to the
Was there
to the
actually
nubbins
an
of the
E
game.
open?
Yeah, so out
I see.
we didn't even consider out Hurd, which is something he should definitely not have missed.
I saw authored, but I didn't notice there was an E open.
Right. So we can say there that
Well,
David
either way, I
has,
guess it's still the same situation as last time.
yeah. So here
But
we've
now-
got
Well, Phil can simply just play FOB below the ingates and be fine.
yeah. Looks like something like that, and we've got the situation here now where can have we got any outplay there?
Oh, the bag is empty.
Yeah, the bag's empty.
Ooh,
So
okay. That's interesting.
yeah, we're looking at a situation here where David, by emptying the bag, has and not bingoing, has certainly handed all the initiative over to Phil, who looks now in complete control. He's going to be checking that there isn't an outplay for RUBIA. Can you see anything at all?
Yeah, I can't see anything actually. So I think he's basically just lost at this stage.
I think so. I think that turns out that emptying the bag with Druth rather than perhaps playing OH and UH and IO was, you know, if he's missed the bingos, if he's missed out Hurd, if he's missed Toad Rush, then he shouldn't have emptied the bag, but he has. So Phil's lining up Bob.
Yeah, I mean the bingo that just won in the game immediately. So basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm guessing that Phil is just trying to figure out that whether David is out or not. That's why it's taking quite a long time.
Yeah. That's his only consideration. He's got plenty of time on his rack, but presuming that he doesn't have one, then fob and then playing out after that, if possible, will be more than enough for him to win the game.
Yeah, I think David's only hope is that Phil mistracks. Basically, that's his only chance.
Urbia is a word, I believe.
Yep. Urbia and Rubai.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as Phil blocks the S, he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right. And obviously, playing flop not only scores but blocks the S. So we're looking here at a very likely win from Phil, and a game of some considerable errors, it must be said, from David. And fob goes down, which will give Phil a lead of around about 27, and we're going to see what score David can make with RUBIA. Plus, it'd be great if I'm thinking of something else, but
He's probably thinking, why can't I just stick an A in front of WAW and just win the game?
that would be nice. WAW obviously takes the A at the other end and not the first end, unfortunately. So
you can just rotate the W's. You can just flip them upside down and you put the A on top.
Yeah, that would be the obvious strategy, and expect a player of Phil's capabilities just to let you have it. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. But I mean, as a last gasp shot, you never know, do you? Stranger things have happened in this wacky world of Scrabble. People attempting the most outrageous things right at the end. I remember doing one or two things myself like that in the past, and just occasionally getting away with it.
Oh, I've actually gone away with it quite a lot before.
I once won a game playing Obang, O-B-A-N-G, in the American dictionary, and I was quite pleased with that.
Oh well, I mean, it's valid in CSW, so there's more, that's more reasonable.
So where is Phil going to play URAL, Goutham?
Actually, I don't see an immediate out, but
right. He can score just as well to maintain his lead, so he's not going to be in any difficulty here, so long as there's not some catastrophic error from him allowing David to play twice. So we're expecting this one to end with a win for the defending champion from Nailsea in North Somerset.
David has to block his outs and has to score enough, but I don't think that's possible. Yeah.
No, I don't think that's going to be possible.
Yeah.
But as I say, stranger things have happened. So let's see, in fact, what he does. He's lining up Rub.
Rub will block his only out, I believe. So
is that right? Okay.
Okay, yeah. There's no way for him to win unless Phil messes up.
Yeah. Stranger things have happened, of course. Sometimes you just games are given away by some of the best players, given away at the end. Pressure, nerves, all kinds of things come into Scrabble. It's not just word knowledge and strategy. You've got to imagine that you've got two players here under the lights. Their every move being looked at by many people around the world, and as we've seen ourselves in our commentary, even with the aid of certain tools, we're not seeing it all anyway. So and we're sitting at home in the comfort of our living rooms. These players are at the National Scrabble Championships in Blackburn in England, and this is the first round between David Shenkin of the United Kingdom and his fellow countryman Phil Robertshaw, the defending champion. And we're coming down to the very last moves here, and we're going to see David play Rub, which will Rubia. Okay. Do we think is that a word
for RUPIA?
Yeah.
But actually, I don't know if Phil can risk challenging. If he's good, he gets 5 points. It might actually cause problems.
It might do, but is is the 5-point penalty going to be enough?
I mean, I'm sure he's holding it. I'm sure he's holding the play right now. I don't need to challenge.
Right. Yeah. It looks like a feasible word, of course. Rubier. It sounds very nice, but as we know, it's not going to. We believe it's not going to be successful. But we'll see what Phil does. He might just take the win and get out of there, or he might challenge and just get that little bit of spread back. But we're going to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, actually, if he challenges it and if it's actually good, he'll actually lose. So he actually cannot risk challenging it.
Right. Unless he's absolutely sure, and
Yeah.
it's again all very well.
Because RUB AI is good, so he might be confused himself.
He could well be confused himself. Yeah, that's absolutely right. So what play have we got here, which will guarantee Phil a win?
LUR ram. That'll probably work.
Because David's got WAD at the top, which scores 9.
He has YAHEAT. I think it scores more.
Which one is it?
There's a slot at the bottom left corner for the A.
Yeah. That's 12. So yeah, that could well be that would be enough to win if there was a challenge on Rubir and it went went wrong. But obviously, we're looking at the game with the benefit of knowing the words here. But we're going to see Phil think long and hard. He won't have that much time left.
And another win condition is timing out the opponent.
Yeah. This is I think you'll probably agree, Goutham. It's a great example of what Scrabble is really like, where phony words go down even though there's only a 5-point challenge. Bingos are missed. Wrong plays are made, challenges are not. It's a game of mistakes, isn't it? As well as sort of great play. That's what Scrabble is about, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly why you should never beat yourself up over mistakes that are made, because everybody makes mistakes. It's quite normal. It's a very human thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, the very, very best players in the world make less mistakes, but you can see there, Phil. Looking fairly stressed on the other side of the board from David's solitary A. He's taking some deep breaths.
Yeah, I'm sure that Phil is just thinking, "Oh, should I challenge this or should I not challenge this?"
Yeah, it's gone through our minds so much, isn't it? You're going to get 20 spread back. Is 20 spread, going to be important at the end of the tournament? Am I going to lose this game? What are you going to do? What am I going to do? It's all going through his mind. First game of a major championship that he desperately wants to retain, and he's thinking, "What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" Maybe.
I mean, the win is the important thing.
Yeah, the win is the important thing. I think that's what's so important here, is just to make sure you win, and he's accepted it. So he goes for lure.
He has accepted his
He's accepted. So here you've got and what with YAH, we're going to see 12. So we're going to see a 1-point win if that's the best move, right? That was so close. That was so close, and that's why Phil was looking so stressed there. He's he's obviously been trying to make sure that he's seen the best outplay for David, which we believe is Eat and Yar. If there's anything better, he's going to win.
I'm guessing that Phil is thinking, "Oh my God, he's going to play this. I'm going to win by 1. Then we're going to recount, and he's going to win by 1." That's what he must be thinking right now.
That would be awful. Has that happened to you? It certainly happened to me.
Yeah, it has.
Twice in consecutive games.
I played one game with Ryan before, which I won. Then he said, "Let's recount and I will win." Then he actually won. So that was very frustrating for me.
Right. Yeah, it happened to me in the Australian. Oh, he's going to.
Wow.
He's going to try a movement.
There has to be challenged.
Movement. That's going to be challenged. And we're going to find out.
One game.
We're going to find out if a movement is a word, and I think we're going to see David disappointed here. He's forced into trying something like that.
It's possible. There is a move.
well, there's a move, and you know, he's looking at it and thinking, "What do I lose by 1?" So would you actually lose by 1 and then try for a recount, Goutham? That might have been a better strategy, perhaps. I don't know.
If both players have the same score, then you can assume that the scores are correct, and you just go for the movement and hope and pray.
Yeah. Oh. So we're not sure if he actually played it or whether he was just put it on the board and was thinking about it.
Yeah, he actually played it and he committed
it. Okay. Yeah,
he's probably saying
that's right. Of course, and Phil had the A as well, so he took the actual spot himself, and ends up being about 15 or so better off the spread. So what were your general feeling about that game? It was quite exciting, wasn't it?
If I challenged it,
yeah, it's pretty exciting, and there are mistakes from both sides as well.
Yeah. It was an enjoyable first game for. Certainly, we're sorry for the technical problems we had right at the start there, which caused us not to be sure of whose rat was who. But hopefully, we'll be clear after this one.